Hello, it's Chris from ClickPower. Just wanted to do a quick video on Google My Business profile optimizations. If you manage a Google My Business page or a business and you want to optimize your Google My Business page to get local leads or sales for your products or services, then this is going to be a nice, simple, a little video for you. It's not going to be a deep dive analysis or tutorial, as it were, but this is a friend's business locally, and I just wanted to give it the once over for them. Another person that I know has had some work done, local SEO, and everything has been outside of Google's guidelines. The work's been terrible, and if anything, it's had a detrimental effect to them rather than a positive effect. I'm going to do a separate video on that completely, but what I will say quickly is, with AI now becoming more prevalent and more people using it, although it speeds up the process, if you don't actually know what it's churning out and what it means, or you don't know about SEO or local optimization, then just be careful, because you can tell that it's just been churned out to manipulate the local rankings. And yeah, just stick within Google's guidelines and do a good job for whoever you're working for. But enough of that, let's have a look at this Google My Business page. So if you were working for a client, freelancing perhaps, or you wanted to look at the benefits of the calls or people that get in contact, then if you click this link here which says customer interactions, it will pop out with this box. I record these when I start working with a client, because obviously this is going to be a good measure for return on investment with the client. So for calls, you can see here, so this is when users have clicked the call button directly from Google My Business page. You can see that they have had 482 calls over this period, which is from September to Feb. And then if we look at this on average, it's probably around 70, low 70 probably average per month, although we had a big spike in January, which for a kebab house, I thought the big spike would be in December, and then people have been a health kick for January. But yeah, interesting. Then you've got directions as well, so people are looking for directions and website clicks. For this business, it's important they're driving website clicks, because if they can cut out the middlemen of Just Eat, Uber Eats, etc., and people order directly from them, they're going to retain more of their revenue, which is win-win. So the higher we can get this score, the better for the client. Before we go into actually looking at the page and optimizing it, what we do at ClickPower would be to map out keywords that we feel are relevant and what people are going to be looking for. So I've added some examples here, and this is one of the tools that we use. And yeah, effectively, you can create a map, add the keywords that you feel are relevant and what people are going to be searching for to find your business, and then you can see where you rank for the different search terms. So this keyword here is best kebab in Tamworth. Interestingly, if you were to search that on your phone on Google, directly outside of the premises, they actually come up second, which is quite interesting. And then you can see as this goes further and further out, they start to drop, but still quite a good rating here. And you can measure that distance as well, to sort of let the customer know. So yeah, we find this really useful. We've added all these different keywords in here as an example, and we'll share this with the client. But we've got Kebab House Tamworth. So if we click that, look, they really dominate for that search term, which is really great to see. And this is within a 5-mile radius of their premises, and their premises is the middle pin there. You can also see their competitors as well, and who's top, etc., etc. So you can look at how they have optimized their profile, which is always useful. But what I would tend to record internally is the average rank for all of these different search terms that we've used. So for their company name, they come up first, and that's for that 5 mile range. Shish kebab, they're like second, which is really good as well. So yeah, for these kebab terms, they've got a really good visibility anyway on the local local visibility. But what we can do is we can boost that even higher. So yeah, I'd record all this information in a document, then I'd make the changes that we're going to make now, and then I'd probably revisit it in a few weeks, and we can say to the client, this is where you were, this is where you are now. If the clients are on one of our monthly packages, then we would obviously keep working with the client, and yeah, pushing those different local terms, all within Google's guidelines. So the first thing I would do is make sure that this is always in the green and optimized, which is the profile strength, and that's what Google looks at to see how well optimized your page is. So we'll click that complete info there, and then it is going to give you suggestions as well on answers that you can give, and this is all pretty self-explanatory. Customers can't dine in at this restaurant, so we would put no. You don't want to annoy users as well with this, so you'll find some people will try and lie to manipulate the search. That's what happened with that other client I mentioned earlier, but you don't want to do that, because if someone was to think they could dine in, they travel that way, then you may receive a negative review on Google, and that's just counterintuitive. So yeah, customers can't dine in. Is it a takeaway? Customers pick up the orders, yes. Curbside pickup, can they pick up orders outside of your restaurant? The answer to curbside pickup would be no, because they don't run the orders outside to you. Drive-through, no. Delivery, yes. No contact delivery. I believe in COVID they were doing no contact deliveries, so leaving it at the door. But I'd have to check with the client and get back to that. So I'm going to leave that one off at the moment until I've spoken to the client about that one. Business description, this is a really important one here. So this is going to give an oversight on what you do as a business, and you can optimize it with some specific search terms in there, but it can't be done in a way that looks like you're just purely trying to manipulate the search. So give a good overview of your business, who you are, what you do, and how you can help people. So I'm going to pause the video now while I think of a good business description for them. So you can go slightly aggressive with the keywords that you add into here, but yeah, like I say, always stick within their guidelines. So what I have gone for, because they are a pizza and kebab house, and that's how they market themselves on Facebook as well. So yeah, I've put Cousins Pizza and Kebab House in Tamworth. Serves freshly made pizzas, sizzling doner kebabs, gourmet burgers, and tasty takeaway favourites using quality ingredients and bold flavours. We prepare every order fresh for collection or delivery, whether you're craving a late night kebab, family pizza, or a quick burger and chips. We've got you covered. Conveniently located in Tamworth with easy parking nearby, which is all true. But yeah, it gives people that are looking at the profile a quick, short, sharp oversight of what they offer as well. It is good practice to add a shot front photo, so if people are looking for you and you've taken the directions, they know exactly where you are. I don't have one at present, so I'm going to skip that, but next time I pop down for a kebab, I will be grabbing a good photo from outside of their store. Equally, I could ask the customer to send me one across. So as it says here, yeah, customers rely heavily on menu photos when deciding where to eat. So it would be good to add pictures of their menus from inside the store. I haven't got one to hand at the moment, but I'm just going to pause the video again while I go for a quick look on their Facebook page or website and see if I can pull any menus from there off. Unfortunately, the only picture I can find is one of the menu, but it's cut off. So, from a usability standpoint, there's no point uploading that at all. So, I'm going to make a note along with the picture of the outside of the premises to take some photographs of their menu, and then I can upload those nicely. And when people are searching on Google, they can make an informed decision before they actually click the call button to call up and order their food. But for the time being, we're just going to go back and hit skip. And you can also add photos of your food as well. Their Facebook page does have some nice pictures of their food. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to quickly pause the video again. I'm going to create a folder. Some of the nicest pictures that I find on the social media page, I'll download those and upload them here. Obviously, the more enticing that you can make the food look, the more you're going to reinforce the users reaching out to you to order, to place an order with you. Ironically, having looked at their social media pages, I think a lot of the images are done via AI, or the videos are done via AI. So I don't really want to upload many of those because they aren't 100% accurate. And I sort of, having been there myself, as a customer, the pictures don't look like when you're actually there. So I wouldn't recommend uploading those pictures, although I found one from Facebook which isn't great, but just to get going, a picture of a margherita pizza, so I'm going to upload that. And there are a couple of pictures that were kind of eye looking, but they do offer that dish. I know they offer that dish, so I've uploaded those as well for the time being. But again, on my notes to send over to the owner will be, can we have some really nice images? I mean, with iPhones and phones nowadays, all you need to do is, when the phone's on the side, you just get a nice photograph. And also then for local SEO as well, because it stores the location data in the metadata of the photo, and that helps with local SEO as well. So if you get the Google My Business app on your phone, take a photo and upload it directly from your mobile, it actually shows where the photo is being uploaded from as well, and that's one of the things that Google looks at. So bear that in mind also. So I've just uploaded a selection of the photos which I mentioned before. We'll click next on there, and then this prompts you to advertise locally. You can follow those steps and you're paying for the privilege of showing up top, but if you do a good job anyway with your organic, you don't need to do this step. If you've just set up a business and a Google My Business page and you want to drive traffic to your business, quickly, and you want to invest in that, then that's when I'd recommend looking at that. If we go back to the profile here, the bar has gone up slightly, but there's still more that can be done to optimize that further. And if we scroll down here, the description that we added still isn't showing yet. But if we just check, if we go and edit profile, and the description is there, which is good to see. To increase this higher, this bar here, to get it in the green, we just need the feedback from the customer, which is the photo of the outside of the premises, and about the collection, to put whether they still do contactless collection. Once we've done that, that should go to green. And then other optimizations that you can make. If we click edit profile, this is a really important category here, the main category that you set for the shop. You can have subcategories as well. This is where some people go a bit crazy with this. You don't need to go crazy. But what I can see here is, because the primary category is pizza shop, you're limiting yourselves to pizza. No, you're limiting yourselves to kebabs. And interestingly, the search that I showed you earlier, that showed the area of the keywords, they were all kebab related terms. So what I'm going to quickly do now is put in some pizza related terms. I'm going to pause the video, but I'll show you when I come back, and we'll have a look how we rank locally for pizza as well. Just before that though, I just had a quick thought. If this was a customer and you were working with the customer, firstly you would ask, what is the product that you know want to promote more? Is there more return on investment for you selling pizzas or selling kebabs? Because depending on what you set the primary category to, you would rank locally for, you know, predominantly more that either the pizza or the kebab in this scenario. But for you, it would be, you know, whatever is relative to your business. Here we are. So this is interesting already. For pizza delivery, Tamworth, look, we are nowhere to be seen. When we come slightly further than the actual premises of the business. So this is why it's quite important to think of things like this, because yeah, if there is more money in pizzas, let's try some of the other pizza terms that I've added. Pizza near me. Again, pizza near me, we've got 11th, 13th, 20th. They're first right on top of the actual premises, but yeah, slightly further afield. They're not as close as they were for other terms. Pizza collection. So yeah, I mean this highlights that fact that I just spoke about. So this is a question that I need to go back and speak to them about, because if pizza was more of a a better product to sell, then we would change the primary category to pizza. We would still have kebab, but that would be as a separate like services underneath. But the main category is the most important, and you need to make sure that it's most relevant to your business. So for the time being, we're going to leave the primary category as kebab shop. But we're going to add some additional categories, and in those additional categories, we're going to start adding in the pizza pizza offerings. So already Google has some options that we can pick. So we'll have pizza delivery. You start typing again, pizza takeaway. And I think those will do actually, because we don't want to overdo it at the moment. We'll see how they go. We'll save that. The crying noise you can hear as well in the background is not a child, it's a dachshund that's trying to get into the office. So we've added those two categories now, and we can add some services now. So if you go back here, and you will be able to find, the menu. Because it's actually classed as a restaurant within Google, I'm used to working on service-based businesses where there'd be services here and you can add sub-services, but it's actually edit menu when it's a food-related business. So if you click, not that one actually, click edit profile and then go to menu or edit services link, you can link to your menu via here. You can't actually set the default products. While I'm here as well, I will just check their Facebook pages. They recently did have a new page, so I'll check this. And that is the old blocked page. So what I would do now is I'll go and search on Facebook, find the correct URL, and add that in. The Facebook has now been changed, but interestingly, I visited the Instagram and that's not been used. I'd probably get rid of that if it's not being used, to be honest. It doesn't really serve any purpose. The only other thing I would look at is using some software to automate the post so it just distributes it across to Instagram as well. But whether you're actually going to get much from that's a different story. If you were to properly manage the Instagram page, put promotions on there and things like that, then you're probably going to create some local engagement. You could also add, like upcoming offers, etc., etc. But with it not being used, I would probably remove the Instagram page, and that's something that I'll go back to the business owner and tell them as well. If your customer has a chat option such as WhatsApp, then you can add that into here. Let me cancel that. So yeah, you can add your WhatsApp URL into there, and also text messages, but our client doesn't offer that, so we'll leave that off. I've checked that link and that works for the menu. The address is in there as well. The service area has been updated by Google, and usually what occurs there is before there's lots of different areas added in, and Google has changed it because it may think that you are adding in more locations than you realistically offer. This is actually a true story of this business as well. The opening times are now correct, but they weren't previously, and I needed to go on a run the other week, so I saw it was open and I ran there to get my evening food, and it was closed. And if it was just a normal person and you had the wrong times on there, it can create a sour taste for some people. And as people nowadays are keyboard warriors, again, you could lead to potentially getting a negative review. So always make sure that your opening hours are listed correctly on here, and add under the special hours you can add holiday opening times in there as well. And then if you're offering food like this company, you get to list delivery times also. Everything else that's been changed here appears to be accurate as well, and there what we have just changed the attributes at the bottom. It says it accepts reservations, but I will need to change that. I'm not sure on their standpoint of dogs allowed, but I know they accept credit cards and things like that. So again, there's some more questions here that will be worth speaking to the client about, but let's have a look at how we can optimize this profile even further. If we scroll down, you can see the description that we added here, but this is something that you can make use of. Do not spam it. I would suggest maximum one post a week. I see businesses pumping these out. I suggest quality over quantity. For now, I will actually add a post, and because they rank really highly for kebabs, I'm going to angle it along with pizzas. Usually I would speak to the customer and get a proper plan in place on how we're going to schedule these posts to go out. But for this customer, as they're friends of mine, I'm going to look at their Facebook page, look at one of their latest pizza offers or some information on pizzas, and create a post out of that. Once I've got all the content there, I'll show you what I've actually done in creating that as well. So I've come onto their social media page, and we have this offer here, which was posted yesterday. You can actually schedule posts on Google, Google My Business. So as Tuesday, they have double pizza deals, and here are the deals. So what I will do is, I'm not sure if this is actually a Tuesday specific offer. Our double pizza deals are the Tuesday night go to in Tamworth, grab a couple of pizzas, throw in some chips as a side, and everyone's happy. I'm not sure whether that's actually a specific offer for that night. Here we are, is a good one. This share box, we can repurpose this content. I'll use this one as an example, and I'll schedule this to be sent out on Tuesday. So I'll get a bit of content created for that, and we'll go back on Google. So I'm just going to pause the video for a second. So this is going to optimize the keywords for pizza takeaway Tamworth, Sunday takeaway, or intent if people are wanting to order on a Sunday, family pizza deals, and late night pizza as well. Google's guidelines for the Google My Business profile posts are no excessive emojis, no spam, no all caps, no price like manipulative language in there as well. So what we're going to do to add a post is click add the update, and you can add updates, offers, or events. For this, we're going to add an update. So the content we have here, which is make Sunday night easy with our cousin Sharebox. We're going to remove the ChatGPT hyphen there. The perfect pizza takeaway in Tamworth for a relaxed night in. Enjoy a freshly made 10-inch margherita pizza, dynamite, crispy chicken strips, onion rings, chips, and 2 cans, ideal for sharing with family and friends. Available for collection and delivery across Tamworth. So we've highlighted the keyword Tamworth in there. And we're open until 10 p.m. So your Sunday pizza night is sorted. You don't want the calls to action really in the bottom, because what you can do is you can add a button, and you can add one of these calls to action. So you could have learn more, call now, order online. So we'll have order online, and then we're going to pop a link into the menu on the website, which is that link there. And then we want a nice image to accompany that. So I'm purely going to use the one that they uploaded to their Facebook page. In an ideal world, you'd want this to be a really nice, image that they've taken internally there. And we want to schedule this post, and we want to do it for Sunday. And we want to choose a time of about 3 p.m. So if anyone's looking, before opening time, they may spot this post. And also it helps with our local targeting for the pizzas as well, but that's not going to be an overnight, it's not going to change all the keywords locally overnight. This is a long-term plan to get higher for the pizza terms. So then once you've scheduled that, you can click post, and I do not want to add it to any other pages. And then here we are, it is scheduled in and ready to go. On Sunday, when that's posted, if someone search for one of the keywords that we get found for, and then they go onto the brand name, you'll be able to see the update posted here on their Google My Business profile. Another thing I've noticed with this business specifically, and this is probably just the ecosystem of how it works with fast food really, is the fact that Just Eat, they've got 2,299 reviews, and Uber Eats, they have 92, but on our actual Google My Business page, they've only got 110. If we were trying to leave people ordering directly from us, it would be better to have higher reviews here, so we dominate, more locally. So if you click on this, you can share the reviews or get more reviews as well. There is a button. So for instance here, if you click ask for reviews, you can save the QR code here, so you could maybe print that off, stick it on the desk before people pick it up. But I mean, there's a fine line, isn't there, between annoying people and asking for genuine reviews. But there may be a structure in place or a follow-up email that their system uses when you order online, because I've received emails from them in the past once you've ordered. But if you could perhaps add this link here and try and drive the reviews up locally for your Google My Business profile, then hopefully you're going to get more orders directly to your website and cutting out the middlemen of the other platforms, which is a better and long-term goal for them. As it's a storefront business as well, I would reduce the service area to Tamworth only. if we scroll down here, it's got Litchfield. I'm actually going to remove that from there because, as you saw from the map earlier, the further out we get from the actual premises, the lower we rank, and it can. In fact, I'm going to have Tamworth only because, firstly, you're staying within the guidelines of Google because this is the only area where you are targeting, and it's going to bolster your relevance in the local area rather than Google thinking that you cover this wide span, and you diluting your chances of being found. So yeah, we're going to put Tamworth in there and save that. And yeah, pretty much I'm happy with everything here now. I still want to get this in the green, but to do that we're going to ask for the photo of the outside of the premises, and we're going to check if they do the contactless deliveries. Once we've added that, that will push that up, which is good to see. We're going to ask the client which is the better seller. Is it the kebabs or the pizza? And the Instagram isn't used and looks stagnant. Shall we remove that link from this page? I'm going to suggest that they keep on top of adding the posts to here because that helps locally as well. They can even repurpose some of their posts that they post out on Facebook to there. Ideally, I mean, it's different for different businesses, but I suppose for a food business like this, I would say a max of 3 posts per week with offers and promotions on there as well. And then the other one is to upload photos of real food in the real environment of the shop to the Google My Business page, and I'll do it directly from the mobile that you're taking those pictures from. I wouldn't even edit the image, put any filters on, just realistic, real pictures and get those uploaded. I'm going to check what impact that's had once I have the feedback from the client, and then as I say, in a month I would check back and see how things are going with that. It doesn't need to be more complicated than that. There are many more ways in which you could add more keywords for out there and things. I mean, people are doing it too much with the post, so keep it real, keep safely within Google's guidelines. And that was just, it was going to be a quick, but it's ended up being over half an hour. A quick review of someone's Google My Business page and steps you can take to improve that, and to engage more local users. I hope you found it useful. If you did, then please share it with somebody else that may find it useful as well. I haven't actually worked with many food-based businesses. A lot of my work is usually business to business, and the rest of ClickPower's clients. So it's been quite fun to look at the page here and the interactions that a takeaway establishment does have.